Hi everyone. I'm Andy from Viewpoint. I've been with Viewpoint for since 2005. What's that? About 15, 16 years. Well, I did facilitation face-to-face before lockdown, but I think we were about a month into lockdown when Leslie asked me if I would like to do some Zoom work, and I said I would, not really knowing what that meant, but after about a month I'd had enough of lockdown, and I needed something to keep me occupied, and it proved to be the thing, you know. One thing I have learned is that I can produce, I know it's just a small thing, but I can produce poetry a lot easier. The discipline of running the group and having to produce a poem every week. I was used to face-to-face monthly groups where we would, either write during the month or write something in the sessions, but I found myself having to work each week. So I found that discipline quite good, and I've improved as a writer as a result of that. Every poem I write or every piece of writing I do isn't always brilliant, but I'm doing more stuff that I'm pleased with, and I can see the improvement. I don't think I've learned an awful lot about people, because not that I knew it all, but I haven't learned anything more about people, but when I returned face-to-face working, which I did through drug and alcohol working, I realised how much people value face-to-face working and how much they've missed it, because the relief and the joy that people had to be meeting again and talking and stuff was fantastic. So if I've learned anything, it's taught me that the importance of human contact. Well, it's all IT skills, apart from some writing skills I just talked about. It's IT, Jamie will tell you, who's our administrator, coordinator. I was phoning her every single day with a technical problem, and I've called you a few times in your new role, and even before as a fellow peer. And Jason's had me calling him as well. But I don't do that so much now. So I've learned an awful lot of tech. I've got a pretty good idea how to run Zoom and how to do it, and that. I've probably learned a lot more about the internet in general and things like that. I've learned a lot. And it's good to have the experience of working with people face to face, and now, and it's a different way of working, entirely different way of working, and you have to. In some ways, there's more interaction in Zoom because there's less presentation. I found that if you did too much presentation and too many slides and things, if you were working with somebody, that it didn't work. There needs to be a lot more interaction in the Zoom than there probably is in the classroom, because you sort of or in the meeting room, because you've got that that connection going on all the time. You have to work at the connection in Zoom. I think what Viewpoint said, it was to cut down social isolation. It was to stop the days all rolling into one, which is what a lot of people were experiencing. They're sort of losing their anchors of, what day it was and what was going on, and and things like that. And that's quite a dangerous place for people with mental health problems and drug and alcohol issues, because if you lose that structure that you've built up, then you tend to sort of like visit your negative thoughts again. You become very inward looking rather than outward. Yeah, you know, they've been great for me. I hope that the people who've attended the groups that I've been doing, and you know, I go to your group on a Saturday, the music group, and you know, I'm not always there. I should be there this weekend, and I've really enjoyed that, because when the weekends have been difficult sometimes, you know, because of just fed up watching the telly, you know, and stuff like that. You can prepare as much as you like for a Zoom session, but the important thing is the interaction that you get with others, and it's very good for peer working, actually, Zoom. I think it's quite suited to peer working, because once the group's established and they feel quite confident and you make the right environment, then they will come in and give you their ideas and things, and you get that real good learning, that peer learning sets, as we used to try and create when we were working face to face. You're doing that with Zoom all the time, you know. The main memory is laughing and having fun. We always having fun on the poetry group, and in the mutual support group we often end up talking about films. We all of us love the cinema and films and videos and that, and yeah, those sorts of conversations, and the occasional time when someone's really had a difficult experience, or they've got a problem, and the way everyone comes in with a really good solution, and or an encouraging word or whatever, or you know, Jason is always able to find some information online that someone can access, you know, and things like that. It's that's the abiding memory, is people helping each other and enjoying the experience of the groups. I don't think it can replace face-to-face meetings. It can supplement them. You know, we've got this idea of this blended approach, and we're going to be trying it and hoping that it works. You know, I mean, I before the lockdown, I helped facilitate a meeting between service users and service providers in Israel, with service users and providers in Hertfordshire, when we talked about supported employment. And that was great, because you know, you can't have the Israelis come round every other day. You know, it's terrific. I mean, it's a fantastic tool, and we've got to use it. But you know, I'm a great fan of face-to-face meetings for drug and alcohol and mental health support. I mean, the government allowed those during the lockdown of 15 people. Originally it was 30, but it was reduced to 15. They allowed them during the lockdown because they were able to be impressed by somebody about the importance of that face-to-face contact between people in recovery and how important that was. So, you know, don't forget that you can still do that with a limited group because of that reason. So face-to-face is very important. Like I said, that first month, I thought, great, I've been in recovery since 1989, you know, which is 32 years, you know, I'm going to be all right. I was concerned about people who were just starting off, and I was glad that I wasn't just starting off or whatever during the period of the lockdown. But within a month, I started to feel quite unwell. I really did, because, you know, I'd lost, like I said, I'd lost all of my structure and all of my activities and everything. And so when Leslie said we're going to be moving to working online, would you like to help? Even though it sort of terrified me, the technical aspect of it, because I know how I'm so frustrated with IT when it goes wrong. It was the best thing I've done. You know, it's really helped me in my recovery, and I feel I'm better now and stronger now in this period of time than I've ever been, and that's quite strange, because many of the people I meet around me are saying about, you know, how they became unwell or disorientated, or they started relapsed again during lockdown. So I've got to be doing something right, and I think it was that combination of face-to-face meeting and Zoom, and keeping on doing the creative stuff. It's creative stuff which really helps me in my recovery, and that's why I did an art group with for Viewpoint with one of our other peers, and I did the poetry, and I did some stuff on self-care and all that, and that's been a big important thing for me, is the learning about self-care as well. So it's helped me a lot. All of the stuff we've done has been really useful.